a single thing which makes our life miserable, which is anxiety. What is anxiety? Are we anxious? Actually, that's what the reason is. The mystery about future is what makes us anxious. That are we gonna pass the exam? Are we gonna get the job? Are we gonna die tomorrow? Am I gonna get the girl or not? That's what makes us anxious. But so if I know what's gonna be in the near future, what's gonna be the future, am I gonna get the job or not? Then I'll not be anxious. Even if I pass or I fail, that doesn't matter because that's a fact. I can't change that. Even if I fail that exam, I can't change. I'm bound to fail in that exam. So there's no anxiety involved in it. And there's another thing that knowing future. What kind of future am I gonna know? There's two kind of futures. The one kind of future knowing which we come to know after going to an astrologer. We go to an astrologer. We expect to know something which is maybe gonna happen in our future, and we think we can change it. We think if he's saying that I'm not going to get the job, I can work hard and I can get the job. But there's another type of future which is actually the factual future, which is going to happen either way. Whatever happens, that future is going to come. That incident is going to happen. So when we come to know about that certain things that's bound to happen, we are less anxious in our lives. And there's ways how we know the future. Is it going to be a kind of a movie that's happening like everything? I know what exactly going to happen. That's not practical too much, but to me, if there is kind of like a prophecy or something which can tell me the destiny, if I'm gonna die in my 20s or not, if I'm gonna die in my 80s or not. So that's just a destiny, but not like tomorrow you're gonna die by playing some kind of dreadly game or not. Then I would not play that dreadly game, right? That's so simple. But if we come to know about our future, I think our there would be nothing like anxiety. We can surpass that particular thing, misery in our life. That's also.
I'm not saying eye to eye with this subject matter because if we see the future, then the thrill, the interest of life will be finished because as we thumb through the pages of the books, we whenever we are thumb through the books, we have a interest that in the last page we will get something that will make us please. Okay, and if we know in the beginning what is written in the last page, then our total interest will be finished. And this is the phenomenon of our life. Means if we see the future, then not only the good things we will see also the bad things also. If we see that in the end of my life I would be suffer from I would be suffer from cancer, I would be suffer from a bad disease, then it will make me gloomy, it will make me make me a or I would be in a deep thinking, and the total
Depression.
I would be in a depression, and the total interest of life at present, where I should enjoy the life. The interest will be finished, and this is the thing of life. Means, upon my word, I think that this is the thing. In course of time we should know everything, but if an astrologer who is predicting us that in future it will take place with you, that is not the main thing. Because if they are aware of all things, why they are passing their days like this way? Means it would not be enjoyable with us in my opinion, because in all step, in all aspect of our life, we are waiting for a thrill, a suspense, and we should enjoy with those things as per our expectation. That's all, Prabhu.
So, as he said that sufferings, just let's suppose that I come to know by some kind of prophecy that in my 27th age, when I will be 27, then I would die suffering by cancer. So for that we can take it in a negative way, that like from now we think that that will kill us, that will make us so sad, we would be depressed, we will always be thinking that how that's going to happen. But actually, when that will come to we will come to that knowledge that that's going to happen, we would be prepared, right? I would like to invest in some good like life insurance and all, that would help my family, that from that sudden death of some kind of an earning member of the family. So kind of that knowledge would not spoil our life. It's not a movie that the ending is gonna spoil us, that we are not gonna enjoy this. We are not enjoying that climax, we are not enjoying those plot twists in our lives. If we knew that plot twist is going to happen, we can prepare ourselves, because we are living it, we are experiencing it. So if when someone is watching a movie, then those sufferings of those characters are not their sufferings, they are just looking at it from a different perspective. So that maybe that might be amusing for them, but in fact that would not be that good for me when I'm gonna face that. I'm not prepared for that, and I'm broke suddenly, some kind of like I lost everything in gambling or something. So I don't want that. I don't want sudden plot twists in my life. So I would like to know what's gonna happen so that I can prepare myself. I know that future is fixed. I can't change it. So, but I can prepare myself for that. That's the sign.
So there is a proverb or adage that is, man proposes, God disposes, and that proverb is saying us that we are thinking something and something taking place with us. It means our life is not calculation, is not mathematics. Means we can solve mathematics, but if my fellow speaker told that we can, if I know that in future I will die like this way after suffering from that disease, that particular disease, I can do a policy to earn oodles of bucks for my family member. But what the uses of that oodles of bucks? Means can I enjoy those money? Can I enjoy? Means my family member will enjoy those money, but means my enjoyment, in which way it will increase? That's all.
Yeah, you can enjoy throughout your life. The thing is that death is inevitable to life, so we are very much aware of that. It is fixed. Your life, though death destroys the whole, but we are not that much sad at the thought of your death, but the thought of the time and the thought of the way, because the death is fixed, because we know it, everybody will die, but everybody says that when I will die, how I will die. That the main concern is that the moment and the way. So that is why, so even if we know something negative, that doesn't matter, but if we come to know the way and the moment, that will lead our life rather interesting and enjoyable. Starting with the fact that, why do we go to Palmist? We go to Palmist, we check the rays, yes, lines, sorry, lines on the hand. Okay, ultimately, what is the purpose? The purpose is to know the future, right? What will happen to her? I'm not talking about astrologer, rather the palmist. Palmist will tell you predicting and you're believing. Actually, the thing is whether the promise is right or not, that is not the fact. Actually, human is curious to know the future, right? So I'm not telling whether the promise is right or wrong, whether it is logical or not. But the nature of human being that we go to the promise to know the future. So why do we go to the promise? Because we are very much interested to know, to see what is ahead. So that is why we go. So it is clear that everybody wants to know the future. So had it not been enjoyable, then why do we go to promise, spending also some money to know the fact? That is the first thing. Now the thing is that whether it will be enjoyable or not, definitely enjoyable. Thing is that once you come to know that this will be the ending of your life, then you have the clear picture. You know that is fixed, so you cannot change the ending of your life. So the journey will make it more interesting. Now, if something is very much positive, then there is no question. You will laugh all the way to the bank like that. You know it will be a very good ending. So this is how I'll enjoy. I'll be a billionaire, or I will marry with Katrina Kaif. Though Katrina Kaif is married with Vicky Kaushal. Rather, there are some other like Urvashi Urtela or upcoming stars like. So thinking that it will one day happen. So how it will? So definitely it will be enjoyable. You know it is fixed. So whoever be the villain cannot do anything. You are ultimately going to marry Katrina. So you feel how cherishing the moment is. Just hiding an example. And now talking about the negative fact. Negative fact is like that. Everybody is suffering. Everybody is telling that yes, if negative, you fail to do that. You come to know. The thing is that life is uncertain, and that is the greatest problem of our life. So as life is uncertain, whatever you do, ultimately it is dark. Whatever we try, ultimately it is dark, unless or until we succeed. So that is why there is a line, nothing succeeds like success. So ultimately we succeed, then only cherish the moment. Before that everything is dark. However you try, whatever you do not know it is dark. Now if the dark picture is cleared up, then what will happen? You will not be flogging the dead horse. Like often it is, more often than not found, it is found that we are flogging the dead horse, or we are running after the mirage. But ultimately when the ending, at the end you fall flat, then you are really blue. All right. So that will not happen. You know very well that it is not my cup of tea. Then you are not going to just pay much attention. You will not pay any attention to that. Like talking about life. Like you come to know that I will remain unmarried, bachelor throughout my life. I will die. And so then okay, all right. Then you will enjoy in a different way. You may go to the bar. Okay, all right. You may dance with the ladies. Okay, all right. Because you know very well there is none to object. Because you will die unmarried. So let us enjoy. Now let us talk about conjugal life. Now you know very well that you're surely going to divorce with the first wife, the wife whom you are married. So then okay, all right, then you have come to know it is fixed. So then what will happen? You will stop spending much time with that lady. Okay, all right. Till that moment divorce takes place, you can look for another lady. Okay, all right. So to enjoy more. So this way, first lady is out. Okay, all right. You're staying till the divorce takes place. But you will go for the next lady. So this way help you to plan your moment and enjoy more. And this is how you will enjoy your life if you come to know it. Thank you. What is this?
So, so the topic says that if we know the future, the life would be more enjoyable. Now we have listened to our fellow opponents, and they have mentioned quite a lot of points. Now the thing I want to mention, there is a threat, because if you know the future, there is a threat to the humanity. Now what is the greatest threat here? The greatest threat is, if you know the future, you lose the freedom of living life. Now my fellow speakers were saying that if I get to know the future, if I get to know how will I die, if I get to know who will be my love of my life, and when will I get to meet my love of my life, it will be a very enjoyable journey. So on that note, I would like to say that let's assume that you get to know that a person X is going to be the love of your life, and you know that on the day XYZ you get to meet that person, him or her, and So what will happen till the date arises? What will you will not leave you will not leave for to find love. You will just live the life of countdown. You will just do the countdown, and when will I get to meet the person? I will know XYZ. I will get to meet the person. I will fall in love. But that's not how love is. We all know that the process of love, most of that you can see that it started with maybe a small crush, maybe a good friendship, and it escalates with the time, and we get to see a beautiful relationship. But if you get to know from the very beginning that it is going to be a relationship is going to be a romantic relationship, I can say for certain that it's not thinking that it is not going to be the same fruitful. And another note that my fellow speaker was saying, that if we get to know that our relationship is not going to work, and we can at the end of the day there is a divorce, but we can go and enjoy with different women or different men, and so life will be more enjoyable. But he also mentioned that our life is full of darkness. That's why this is the reason your life is full with darkness, because you are trying to exploit more and more options. At the end, what you need to find is the full, what makes you full, not just even if you try multiple women or men, at the end of the day, when you get to the bed, you will feel null in your heart. So even if you know that you are going to get divorced, and you get to try different options, it doesn't mean that you will get to live the life which it will be enjoyable, not at all. And as I said, in terms of love, and as I said, in terms of the death also, even if you get to know that you will get to die a certain way, so the life you will lead that I have to make the most of it. Okay, you are not going to enjoy it, because there is a great line that the magic of life is not in calculation, it is in the discovery. Like when you discover that, oh okay, that can even happen. Whoa, a roller coaster ride, we say, right, it was a amazing journey. What a roller coaster ride. Why? Because the fun is in the adrenaline, the fun is in the dopamine. But if you don't get that, if you already know what is going to happen, it will be kind of you will live like a robot, like who calculates the possibilities, like what will happen, and I see an end, and okay. But what is the meaning of being human then? If you know the future, and you will know what is there is two ways, and you know which way to take, then when you will stand before death, and you cannot say that okay, I lived a fulfilled life, because you never failed, you never get to experience what it means to not choose the wrong decision, what it means to fill the void. So you get to understand that you will not the life you will experience will not going to be the more enjoyable. It's rather more pathetic, in my opinion.
You say two times or? Oh, I'll. Oh, yeah, definitely. And because I have already at the outset, I already told that everybody wants to know the future, that what is ahead. Now, talking about the life, especially our children. Okay, all right. Now, we have a thought. So, say every parent thinks that yes, I will educate my child. He or she will grow up. After that, future will be very bright. That is the general That is the general expectation from their parents. Okay, all right. And in case of daughter, also father thinks that yes, my daughter will be married to somewhere where life will be very much okay, all the healthy. That is the general common expectation. But in fact, the thought that always ruins the peace is that whether it will happen or not, what will happen, where will my daughter be married to, what my child will be in future, whether they look after me at all, what will happen, what will be the career of it. This thought, ultimately this thought that always haunt, these thoughts always haunt their parents. Now if you at the outset, if you come to know the future, that this is going to be how my son will turn out, this is how my daughter will turn out, this is where my daughter will be married to, then what will happen? You will already understand. Then you will not be so very much anxious at or alarmed at what is happening at present. Whether your son is like not studying, like already you see the teacher complains, like already you are scolding, you are trying to just tell him or drive him, lead him to the right path. But once you come to already know, it is useless. Because however how many times ultimately I've already seen the future. Like in Shakespeare's Macbeth. Macbeth saw the future. Okay, all right. The Banquo's heirs would be the son, not his. Okay, all right. So his life was different ultimately, but in fact that then you will rather careless. Then you will not be so very much alarmed. You just moonlit. When you moonlit, you stop doing that. Ultimately, you know what is going to. What is useless. Okay, all right. So extra thought, the conscious, so very much alarm that will not take place. And in case of your daughter, like you come to know this will be the house. Okay, where if it is all right, wealthy, okay, fine. Then obviously definitely you'll be happy. But even if you come to know that yes, where my daughter will be married to, then one research, then you may take some preparation because you already know you cannot do anything. It is fixed. So which is fixed, there you cannot change. Okay, all right. So change is not as the topic says, I think. So change is not possible. But preparation, even preparation, you may take some preparation. Okay, this will be the preparation. Like I will save some money for my daughter's future. If you're like suppose like she has to come to your house, not an example, just don't take it otherwise. Then you will in advance, you know this is going to happen, so you'll have enough time to think that how you will face the situation. Now that is the thing. And now, as you do not know the future, so exactly you do not know what is happening. This may happen, this may not happen. So you cannot be surely take any plan. Okay, all right. So once it is fixed, then you can just take the right plan. But once it is not uncertain, then it will be difficult for you to take the right plan. But once it is fixed, you know it is fixed. It is going to happen. My grandson or granddaughter will be doing that. They need some money. Okay, all right. So in advance you already come to know, so you can plan for them. But unless you do not know, then it is haphazard. So I think it is better. And even if you come to know that my daughter will be this, my grandson will be that, then if something is good, then definitely it will be enjoyable throughout your life. You will cherishing the moment. So that is, okay.
So, as my opponent has stated 2 points. First is he has said that example of a father, when if a father gets to know that in the future, his daughter is going to marry a good man and his daughter is going to have a good life. But the converse is also true, that it is a possibility that he sees the future and there is a possibility that his daughter is going to get a bad life and bad husband. Now, even if on that note, if you get to know that your daughter's life is going to be ruined, now if before that marriage is going to happen, the moment you have with your daughter, you are not going to enjoy that moment. Okay, you will always live in the anxiety that my daughter will what will is the end. Even if when I see my daughter playing and loving and enjoying life, I will actually be really emotional, not happily, actually sadly, because I will see that the end is actually very bad. So that is why they say the enjoyment of life is to believe in that now. So if the person didn't get to know that the future is bad but still get to enjoy before marriage, he would have enjoyed, the daughter and the father would have both have enjoyed the time. First point. And second point, he has mentioned on Macbeth he has mentioned that Macbeth get to knew the future, but what the end happened, how the end happened, we all know that Macbeth even if the witches give him hint that you will get to be the king, and just because of those hints he went to several paths, and the rest he become actually be quite miserable. But if there is no such thing, and if he just get to live with his wife in just a small heart maybe, but a fulfilling life, an enjoyable life, you tell me, what do you think is actually more enjoyable? Is it actually, or if you get to know that you can maybe become a king, but there's no certainty that you can get to enjoy it. He died and he lived a pathetic life. So it's not at all that if you know the future, it's going to guarantee you that it's going to be more enjoyable.
Good evening, folks. Life would be more enjoyable, right, if we came to know about it. Well, I do believe life is all about a choice. Now, if I take choice, then choice stands for, C stands for choice. So life lies between two alphabet, birth and death, B and D. And in the middle, we have the choices. That is C. So people were discussing some things, and I didn't like, because if we knew our life, if we knew our future, we would change it. We can change everything lock, stock, and barrel. That's why Rishi Markandeya, at the age of 16, he was about to die. He was about to noosed by the Yama. But did Yama have the power, capacity to get the soul out of Markandeya? He failed miserably. Why? Because when he was nude and hooded at that point in time, he chanted, Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam. So he changed everything. He got his life back from the Lord Shiva, the Kal of all Kals, the Mahakal. So we can change everything, because his life was predestined. At the age of 16, he would die, but he didn't die. He changed with his choices, because he prepared himself. These days, if we knew our future, we can definitely change it. We have the capacity. We could change everything. We all are thrilling. We all are running a very tight ship every day. Sometimes there, sometimes here, sometimes there. We're trying to get a better life. But we don't know where our future lies. We do not have that capacity or vision. But if we have the idea that what would be the future, then we wouldn't waste time. We wouldn't squander our time. We know our future. Maybe your life is not in the UPSC. Maybe your life is in the Indian Army. Maybe you wouldn't be a businessman, but you would be a great IT scholar. So what is the harm in that? I don't understand that thing. Now, if we talk about the marriages, we know very well there are so many marriages which are dying every day. Now, if you knew your better half, if you knew who would be your better partner, then you wouldn't waste time. So I'm not taking it granted that you cannot change your future. Future is not constant. You can change everything. I'm not taking it granted. So I am here to tell you that everything can be changed with your choices. If the choices are right, doesn't matter what's your future. If Ravana knew his future, then he wouldn't have that power or moxie to abduct Mother Sita. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't have the sand to stand against Lord Rama. So this is the point, that if we knew our future, it would be fantastic. It would be a wow. Many people are dying every day. Many youths are dying every day. They are depressed. They are down in the dumps. If they knew that this job wouldn't be suitable for them, they wouldn't try. They wouldn't waste their time. Time is precious and also limited. That's why we are going to different astrologers to predict our future, to foresee what's going to happen. Why are we going there? To know the future, right? To know the score. So that we could do something. And that's not a myth. It cannot be called a myth. It's not a myth. Everything can be changed. You can know your future and you can change your future. With the right methods, with the right modus operandi. Hrithik was said, we know very well, he's a very renowned actor, you know, right? He's called Greek God. So he was destined not to dance. But he is one of the greatest dancers in the world. Am I right to tell? He's one of the greatest dancers. He dances really well. But he was predicted by the doctor that he would never dance because he had some problems, some physical problems. But he changed because he took it as a challenge. So we have to take our life as a challenge. So there is no harm if we know our future. There is no problem at all. Why? I tell you, there is a fantastic cricketer. I'm not going to tell his name because you know very well. He was divorced recently and he had to pay 60 crores. Another cricketer was divorced and he had to pay 4.5 crores. A lot of money, right? And they couldn't stay together. Their relationships ended. So again, I would see eye to eye with Mr. Bass that he told that, if you knew our future, then you could do something for your grandchildren, for your parents, for yourself. Say a person is suffering from cancer, he's really comatose. Now, if he came to know that he would be suffering from cancer, then he would start taking precautions. He would be consulting with different doctors. So we could take precautions, right? But we shouldn't be late. I hope in the very future, in the sooner future, we would have a device where we would come to know the future. Because time machine is a reality. If you go through different books, now you might tell that time machine is a myth. Please go through and flip through different pages, different videos. Time machine is a reality. Now, I do not have the proper evidence. Then you would ask me that, can you prove God? God is the evidence. God himself is the evidence. So that's what I'm telling you. Life would be absolutely great and a wow if we came to know about our life. And that's that for the time being.
Thank you, Mr. Hajra, for your nice speech. But I am sorry to say that I can't eye to eye with him. Consider you are reading Sherlock Holmes' book, and you come to know the murderer, and then there is no fun in reading this book. All the funs come from mostly all the funs or all the moments. Generally, what we get, we get it from surprises. Now, if we can come to know all about the surprises, then what is the enjoyment? What is life? What we have to do? So basically, let's talk about our enjoyment. How we feel the enjoyment, or what is the real reason of our happiness? That is one hormone called dopamine. Now, if your dopamine or your body or your brain comes to know about that, or comes to know, then it will not, the dopamine will not be released, and you will not be able to enjoy the happiness. So basically, what it will happen, it will be like a kind of a straight line. There will be no ups and down. You do not have the power to change anything. You will be completely demotivated, and your life will go like a life of the person who doesn't have any kind of happiness or like that. It is kind of there is no enjoyment there. So coming to the point that our body or the universe, why the time flows from past to future, because the universe tries to put the tendency, that is the entropy, to the hazardous position. But if we do not know, if we think that our life will be predestined and all which is set, it is not like that. We do not have the free will to change all of those things, and that is what our life will be very boring. Like Manik was trying to say, that the time machine part. So why the time machine is not it is not possible for us to create a time machine in reality. In theoretical it is possible maybe, but why in reality is not possible? Because if we can move, if we can gain a speed faster than light, then only this time travel will be possible. Else, it will never be possible. So this is kind of a myth that time travel is possible. And one more thing is that, as he has also mentioned about the cricketer, or about the life of Hrithik Roshan. So I don't think that Hrithik Roshan can see, predict the future, or can see the future. What he has done, it was his intentions, it was his challenge that he has to do something, or maybe it is there with all of us that we have to do something, we have to gain something, we have to become something. That is what our aim is, that is what our goal is, and that's why we are studying, that's why we are investing so much in our base. Now it depends that whether uh, your whatever you are deciding, whatever you are thinking, say for example you want to be a cricketer, but suddenly you can become a singer, and that is the beauty, that is the beauty of our journey, that is the beauty of our life, and that is what it is. Now sir, for example, I'm telling another example, that why we can lose freedom. So, sir, like we have all of our friends, we do have some private life. Now, say, imagine your father comes to know everything about your private life. Say you are going to smoke for the first time. For the first time, it happens that whenever you are going to smoke for the first time, this is some enjoyment comes. Whenever you are going to meet with your girlfriend, you know that sometimes it is something great, it's something great. But say for example your father comes to know and he is present at that position, so think about that situation, that what would have happened at this position. Do you think you will be able to enjoy that, or maybe you are just a kind of a puppet? So basically your father will try to make you like a puppet, what he tries things or whatever he tries to make you like that. I mean, this there will that the think about the person like you are into a prison. So this is completely if you think that if you know the future, it will be completely a mess, it will be completely mess to your life. So I personally think that that's why we do not have the power, we do not have given the chances to see the future. Another point is that everybody was talking about the astrologers. So why do we go to the astrologer? Is fine, because we need to know the future, we do not we want to know the future, of course, because this is our curiosity. That's why we always think that what is, even that's why with our researches and our, that's what science says, that even after death you do not know what happens after death. That's why our research goes on thinking about the death. But that doesn't mean that I mean, if we come to know all about those things, it will be pleasure. Say for example, you go to an astrologer, and what astrologers will suggest? You will give you some stones. Why? What is the reason? Because you have to, he thinks that it can change your destiny, and you are consciously changing your destiny. Now if you are trying to change consciously changing your destiny, what would have happened? So considering a line, what is a line made of? Line is made of different dots. Now if two or three dots I mean moved away from the particular line, then the straight line will not happen. Maybe it can move to a curve, maybe it can move to a circle, like that. So what would happen if you are trying to change the destiny? It may happen that it is, I mean, whether you should go for a straight line, it is going for a curve. So that's why we call that's a God's plan. And maybe then that God's plan or the miracle will not happen in your life. It will be like something, I mean, you are trying to make it, and it's, I mean, probably the greatest example is the Final Destination. I don't know how many have seen this movie. In the Final Destination movie, it is that some students come to know about the future, that they are going to die. So what he does is he tries to change it, and what it results that their death, that death plan what already was built for them, that was, I mean, not too much extreme for them. But now what the death plan has happened for them, it is, it's actually brutal in nature. You cannot see those things. So this is what, like, if you are trying to change the nature's plan, or or something, the plan which has been destined, it will come back to you. That's why it's been said, be careful what you wish for. So that is what I want to say for now.
Right, some years ago, even some days ago, we never knew that we could discover artificial blood, right? But Hiromi Sakai, the professor, and her team at Nara Medical University, they discovered and engineered artificial blood by extracting hemoglobin from donated blood, right? And they were sealing it in the virus-proof shells. But some days ago, we never knew that we could ever discover blood. Similarly, standing here today, we can never imagine that after some years or after some days, we could discover the time machine, or maybe it is there already. So, according to Blood, I think I gave you a good point against that. Now, the point is, some days ago, a road accident happened in Ahmedabad. A drunk boy was driving his car, his Fortuner, at full pace, and he met with an accident with his friends, and there were two females at a point in time. If he knew what would happen if he had driven the car at the full pace, then he would never do that. He could have saved his life and his friends. So the motion is, life would be really great. If Pakistan knew that they would be having the taste of BrahMos, they would never try to affect us. They would never try to put their sticky nose in our affairs. But now they know the taste of BrahMos, right? How detrimental it is to them, to their life. If they knew that if by teasing India, they wouldn't have water, then we would never try to tease us or even disturb us. Now they are having the dearth of water, the scarcity of water, they don't have money. They are the beggars right now going to the IMF and the World Bank. Now the point is, life is obviously fantastic if we know our future, right? So that's the point. Now, there are so many people who are committing a lot of crimes in our society, in the world, rather. If they knew what would happen with them, how much drastic changes would happen in their lives, then they would never try to do all those things against the society or against the rules of society. Say, for example, some criminals or the rapists, when they were drunk, they committed crimes, but now they are behind bars. And this is really in the state of predicament. So life is really great if we could predict our life properly. Now, Shayan said that if we knew our future, if you came to know our future, then there will be problems, because you cannot go against the nature or the destiny. I gave you a great example. If you have the true potential, then universe would work in favor of your life. Universe would change its plans in your favor. Say, for example, there are so many people here in this country, here in this world, who are struggling to get money and hankering after money. But some people are here, by changing their choices, they are changing their lives. If they would never do that, if they had never changed their choices, they would never have a great life. So when you have the right choices and the determination in your life that you could change something with the proper prediction of life, then it will be obviously pleasing for you and pacify your depression, slacken your depression every day. So there will be no harm if we change our destiny, if we change our thoughts and views, because universe would work accordingly. And that is how we call it the law of attraction. You can change your life with the vision. That's why I told in the last class that things happen twice in our life. One is your visualization or hallucination, you might call it. The other thing happens in the reality. Before reality, hallucination occurs. That's why I'm telling you that this life would be pleasing. But you have to actually address what you want in your future. If the address is reaching the proper address, then your address is met. You will have the stand to do something in your life. So I don't think it is at all detrimental, because you know what? People know that cancer kills till we smoke. We know that it will kill us. Still we are smoking, son. Every day we are drinking alcohol. Every day. We are going against our lives. What's wrong if you know our future and if you try to change the destiny accordingly? There is no problem. I do believe so. Universe will change its plans. Don't worry about it. Right? If you are ready to change your plans, those are the choices, and I believe with your choices, our life will be beautiful. Thank you.
Okay. So taking from his last point, he mentioned that we already come to know about our future, that whenever you are smoking or you are having alcohol, it is hazardous to your body. Still we smoke, still we do not try to change the things. So where is the where is the enjoyment here? He knows that maybe another example he provided that criminal, if he comes to know about his or maybe comes to his know about his the result, or maybe the future what he is waiting, he wouldn't commit that crime. But is it so? We have seen different cases like that, different even heinous crimes like that. The criminals are there, they know what will happen there, what is waiting for them, still they commit those crimes. And it doesn't matter to them that what is waiting for them or not. They do that because that is maybe it is a part of it. Maybe they are affected with something, but it will happen. It happens. And whether you know the future or you don't know the future, it will happen. It will happen means they will do that. They know the things. As he has mentioned, another point, that a teenager or maybe someone who was overspeeding his car. So he knows what is the resultant of this overspeeding. What would have happened to him, but still he is overspeeding. So don't you think that if he comes to know about those things also, these things will happen, and there is no enjoyment. There is nothing there. It will happen, and even if we come to know even those things, we will not try to rectify ourselves, and that is the point. Even he was talking about the different billionaires, different people. Now, how many of them have seen the futures? I agree with one point that they can change their lives with their free choices, with their wills, their choices. But that doesn't mean that he needs to know about his future. It is no one knows the future, but still people do that because they want to do that. That is called the willpower, and that is what I want to become something. So that's why I will pace my life in that way that I will become like that. I'm never saying that. There will be only one destiny. What I am trying to say is means one fixed point is there. Maybe their destiny. I don't know that because we are not sure about that. What is the afterlife and all that? We are not touching about that. I am talking about our materialistic life or the career life. What I am trying to say. So what it is happening is we have different choices. We can do that, and that's why we have to pace our life in that way. And that's why for that reason we do not need to know that what is waiting for us, what we have to become or something like that. It is our own choice. It is the present time. That is what matters. If you do not focus on your present time, your career, your relationship, everything will hamper. You were talking about that. Somebody was talking about that if we come to know about our future partner, if we can see those things, why you need to see those things? If you focus on your life, if you think that you can fall in love with that person, you can prioritize the person, you will see that things have changed. Things have already changed for this, and that's for that reason it's not a rocket science that you need to know that what is the destiny waiting for this. You do your own job. That I think probably in the Bhagavad Gita has said that you do not have to wait for the result. You do your own work and the resultant will happen. You do not have to expect for something. That is what our life is. That life is a very beautiful journey. If you come to know that what I have to become, this one I have to achieve, maybe it will give you completely it can demotivate you completely because you know that say for example I will become an IAS officer. Now what I will say that after 10 years I will become an IAS officer. Now I will stop enjoying this moment. What I will do, maybe I will lose my own identity and I will go to some kind of cell that I don't need to work or I do not want to improve myself because I know that this is my destiny. I will be getting there. But is it what we need that, or rather we want to be our true what we are? We need to find ourselves. That is what we need to explore, and that is what our enjoyment is. That what is our destiny is that we have to fulfill our purposes, and that is for that reason you have to mend your ways, you have to take decisions based on that, and there then that's only that's in that cases only your life will be good. Yes, there will be ups and down, yes there will be, I mean you will be fallen to you will be fallen, maybe one day you will get the success, maybe one day you will face the failures, but it is what it is. You have to face those things, and that is what the beauty of life is, and that's all from my side.